Hello, it has been a minute. I know I missed last Wednesday's vlog upload and I'm sorry, but if you live in the UK, you will know that it has not stopped raining. If it's not raining, we have gale force winds. And the last two trips I had planned have been cancelled because of the weather. And I was due to go out tomorrow, Saturday tomorrow, and we have gale force winds, which I'm not towing in. Sorry, I'm not doing it. I desperately need to get Dublin out. She is being a handful. I did manage to get like a good hour and 20-minute hack on her yesterday. Now that we have the lighter evenings, I can get the longer hacks in after work and I'm not like just restricted to like the 40-minute hour ones. So that did tire her out. I got lots of trotting uphill done as well earlier in the week. But of course, the more I'm tiring her out, the fitter she's getting. So the circle just kind of goes on. The issue I have with Dublin is boredom. So I need to be going out to places and doing things. But we can't go anywhere because it either gets rained off, cancelled, or I'm physically just not towing the trailer in gale force winds. I think we're due something like 45 to 65 miles an hour winds, which just, they're not fun in the trailer, and poor Dubs, like, trying to stand up in that, it's just not fun, is it? So, yeah, there's not a lot to report, but I'm gonna just sort of bring you along with my weekend. We'll be doing lots of pony stuff. I need to desperately clip Dublin's mane. I need to hog her. But the clippers I have are battery. There's no like mains point and the charger has broken. So I need to order a new charger, which I might be good and just do right now. But she's desperate for like a bath and everything like that. So I think I'm going to do that. And my trailer is a mess. It's just upside down and I do want to get out soon. So I think I might have a quick kind of tidy up, go through the trailer, repack all the stuff in there that needs to be in there. Just gonna do a little bit of catch-up jobs really. It's Brad's birthday this weekend, so we're out tonight, and then on Sunday my work van is being picked up by its new owner. It's sold, which is great but also very sad. So yeah, I've got another half an hour of working from home, and yeah, I'll go and show you how scruffy Dublin looks. Morning. Horses are just having their breakfast. It is pretty windy. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but then the weather app says that it's going to get worse. But yeah, it's so frustrating because the sun is shining and I just want to be, I want to be out. I want to get this one out. But look how scruffy. Look at this. That is so long. I need to get the charger for my clippers because it's bad. But I just need to go through my trailer and things like that. So I'm going to try and do that this weekend. You are going straight out though this morning. So let's get that done first. Can't lie, I'm kind of frustrated. It's not actually as windy as like the weather people were going to say it is, although it might get windy later, I don't know. But yeah, Brad now has the car, and I was thinking that I could just divert and go over the chase, but then I have the dog this afternoon on my own. It'd be too long to leave him at home, and I don't want to leave him in the car when I'm riding over the chase, because I just don't want him getting stolen, basically. So yeah, it's just not our weekend, not our weekend. But I can still bring you along. I do have a few things I need to go and get from Naylor's. Like I said, I wanted to just sort of organise the trailer and the shed a bit because I'm still living out of the shed. And the trailer is just been like lived in over the winter. So it's not, it's just a bit dirty, it's a bit of a mess. The back's all a bit upside down. I need to sort of repack all the boxes again because it's all been put in the shed. So I suppose that gives me the motivation to do that. I might do that this afternoon. But for now, I'm going to go home and have some breakfast and see Brad for a little bit because he's off all day and all night. So yeah, we will catch up later on. Hello. As depressing as it was not going anywhere but Dubs today. I am pleased I made that decision because it is blowing a gale, and just driving here I popped off to B&M to grab I've grabbed some of the conditioner I use on, oh, and I bought a bird table. So we like as a yard really love looking after the birds here, and we've got bird houses and bird feeders, and I've always wanted a little tabletop water thing, and then I picked up the conditioner that I use on Dubs. This one just seems good on her. She doesn't, in her tail it's not like I haven't got to worry about allergies much, but this one's just good. So I got 2 of those, and I got my little bird thing, which I'm going to put out. But the sun is shining, and I will admit I had a bit of a meh day. I actually had a nap, which I never do. But I just felt a bit mopey because I was like, it's really sunny and it looks beautiful when you're inside, it looks gorgeous out, but when you actually get out there, it is blowing a hoolie. But anyway, I thought I would potter around. I need to do some poo picking. I'm just gonna go through the trailer because I've kind of like just been living in it in the winter, like making cups of tea, storing stuff in there. I've had 2 trips out where I've just kind of like thrown everything in and thrown her in and gone. So it just needs a bit of a run through, I think. So yeah, it's just a boring weekend because there's nothing going on, but this is reality. So here we go. Let's go and let's have a look, shall we? And then I might try and lunge later. If it's not too bad, I will try and lunge, but it does just wind her up. So I don't really want her like being too much of an idiot on the lunge and hurting herself. So I need to weigh up whether or not I lunge her. But I'm tempted to just like wash her tail and pamper her. I need to charge my clippers. I need to buy clipper chargers because her mohawk is like this long now, which is not a look. A little bit like this one's afro. See? Show the camera your fluffy nose. No, that's the window. His nose needs desperately doing. But yeah, I haven't had the battery. Anyway, I'm yakking. Let's go outside in this wind. This is how windy it is. Not fun. And I'm fuming. They put a sticker over the hole, so only the little side is for water and the big side's gonna have to be for food. But that's really annoying because I wanted it mainly for water. But like I need to fill these up. But we have little one there, and then we have these 3 up here, and then we have got in Mark and Jordan's storeroom some bird houses which we're going to put up here, but these trees are coming down, so we didn't want to put the bird houses up and birds to nest in them and then get disturbed by the trees coming down, so we've left it for now. Oh no, the gate's blown open because it's so windy. Oh, it's kind of cute still. So I filled it up. This side's got water, and then I've just topped up the fat balls, and then these 2 are now full. But yeah, the birds do use it, which is really cute. I don't even know if you can hear me over this wind, but we're gonna repaint this wall because we all sit here at this table. We're gonna put like a bird identifying poster. That's how sad we've got. But yeah, we have started a bit of a bird collection down here. There used to be no birds. We used to just get the odd robin, and now we get loads, which is cute. Anyway, I'm gonna put my conditioners away. So we still have these really good trays. These are just from like Home Bargains, I think we got them from. So I keep all my shampoo stuff up the top. And then, oh, so that's a shampoo. I just use it on her tail when it's like really minging. The flea shampoo I use in her ear where she gets the bugs and the flies. And then down here are like ointment stuff. So you've got like MP Gloss, which is really nice. The Show Wash, which I just put in if I'm washing her off, and then some baby oil as well, either to make her shiny or I run it through her tail when it's like muddy to help groom out all the mud. And then this Prime Performance bucket, which I broke, so I cable tied it to here, and then in here are my sweat scrapers, sponges, brushes. Like I use these on her feet or to like rub shampoo in and stuff, so they just sort of stay in there on a hoop pick, like so I can do all of her feet when I bring her in, and then it just like drains out that hole. And then Jordan's got all her like microfiber cloths and all her stuff in that one, and then we need to put Rachel one up. And then when I sold the van, these are the shampoos that I have from the grooming van, because they are animal shampoos. I've brought them down. Yeah, so yeah, that's cool. And then I thought I'd just do a little update. So I am still currently living in this space. I've just got a new hat, so I need to work out what to do with this hat. That is clean washing I need to put away. That is a rug I need to put away. All my fly stuff is probably going to need washing soon. I've washed those boots, ready to get put away. They need to get put away. That is what I use as my washing basket. But these are like show saddle pads. My lunch stuff is down there. And then this is like all stuff I take to shows. But this trolley has kind of just died now. So I think I'm going to get a new one. Tia's got a really good one from Argos. These are all my rugs. My hoods are growing cobwebs, although I do have a blue one that I tend to use more. But like all these are clean. These are just like spare fleeces and spare rugs. And then Rachel is currently over on this side at the minute until we get our tack room situation sorted out. My hay bale fell over, which is really annoying. It should be up like this one, but it fell over. But yeah, until we get our tack room situation sorted, that is where I currently still am. And then the trailer, let's go in the trailer. So in here, it's not too bad, but like these are the boots I ride in every day, and that's fallen off. I got just a Charles Owen, I think I got a junior, which was really good, but my other hat I'd had for 10 years, which really wasn't good. That still has stuff from last year. Hello, I love my mirror. So yeah, this is all pretty much like standard. This was a present from a client when I stopped grooming. It's a magnet of their dogs, which I love. This is Harper and Kraken. But yeah, so it's okay in here, to be honest. This bit is all good. This all got a really good organised time. The snacks are looking empty. The juice is looking empty. And then I've been using everything in here. I have been quite good at taking it home and washing it and bringing it back, but that needs like a restock. And then I did mid-winter have a kind of chop and change of how I was doing everything. So these have been washed. They need to go back on the rug thing. And then that's her like supplementy water bucket. But in here, I changed how I was doing it, because originally in this cupboard here, which I'll also open, so I was using this as like a main locker, but it's always like, the problem with the Equitrex is because the ramp's on the other side, everyone leaves space on the ramp side so that you know, you can get your horse on and on, and they don't consider the fact that you tie up this side of an Equitrex, which is very space selfish of an Equitrex, when you go to a show and you end up taking up all the extra room. So a lot of people park up closer to this edge, and then when I've got Dublin, it's really difficult for me to get into this locker because normally it's like someone's lorry is here. So getting it in and out of this locker was really difficult. I had all my tack in here, my bridle in here, her treats when I get back, all her stuff was just going in here, and everything that I didn't use very often was in that black box in the back, so I swapped it. And in here now is the stuff I don't use very often. So this is Dublin's new awesome sparkly head collar from Gallop. This one was actually gifted, but when you order over like £20 worth of stuff or something, or £50 maybe, you get a free head collar. And I always love to have a spare head collar or so in the trailer. Not even necessarily for me. I have been somewhere once before and a girl's on a fun ride and her lift hadn't got back and she was stuck, so she was like, I don't suppose you have a spare lead rope so I can hold my horse. I was like, I'll do you better, I have a head collar. So she could start like untucking her pony. This is all spare tack. I've just got a set of bandages, a set of overreach boots, the kind of like gamgee stuff. I've got a towel down there, a mount block, some spare bits, my spare calming cookies. I've got too many of, spare one, and then that's got like string and everything in it, and then that is her medical kit, but basically, and some ice gel, but basic. Oh, and a high vis. I always have a high vis in case I break down. So that is now what is in there, which means in here I swapped it because it's easier when the ramp's open and I'm untacking and doing stuff, or I've only got to go around this corner. Although it is a mess because I used it. So the idea is that this box would also possibly go outside her stable, but that's all my hot cloth stuff. All the towels, I shred them and I use that bucket, which means this bucket stays oily and that bucket is for like washing off and everything else, and then that bucket is for drinking from. But I keep hold of the hydration mash. You can now buy this, but originally it was coming out just in samples, and I was storing the samples up, and I do like to give her some of that. I'm just repurposing an old blue chip tub, but I do like to give her some of that when I get back from big rides. And then these are her treats, and her calming cookies are in there. That is the blueprint that I use. Those are my show canes, I'm going to use them, and then that is there because that goes on the stayaway stables. And like I said, I'm trying to, like, this will probably go outside the stable now, or in her stable. That's kind of like what that's doing, but I need to hang my rugs up. I do need to like just give this bit of a clean. This head collar should be on the hook. So yeah, it does need a little bit of attention. So last year I installed this. Dublin only will ever travel on her own, so her partition is not in the middle. The middle is where the light is, and her partition is ever so slightly over. Like, you would not fit a horse in this gap because she likes to have the extra space. So because this is wasted space, and the rug hangers that you can buy for the Equitrax are so expensive, I got this. I think it was like £17. So we'll always have a rain sheet in here, and then let's hang that up where it goes. And again, that goes into my stayaway stables, but it's really handy for there. These are the fleeces I tend to travel her in, only because they're the smartest ones I've got, but they need hanging up. Yeah, I say I've washed them and then they've been in that bag for so long, but yeah, I just leave them there, and then if I go to stayaways, it can hold more. Her travel boots I've washed as well, so I'll get those rolled up, but I think that box I'll have to sort out in the day. I need to go shopping. One thing I learned from last year is that whilst I'm really organised, I almost have like, oh my god, that wind. Woo! I almost have too many of the same thing in like different places. So I had like a grooming box outside where by her stable, where, you know, the one I use all the time, which is fine. Then I had the wash bay, then I had spare grooming kit, and then I had the like the show basket. Put that here and spin you round. What I found was I was like forgetting about this box. So this is a box I got from Derby House when they were still going, and in here is stuff I only take to shows. It lives down there, but then this is the basket, and it kind of has like all the same stuff, because this is the one I take to the ring, and then this is the one I'd use to get ready. But then I found I was just using this one to get ready. I forgot this one existed. I was buying multiple, that's tack cleaner. I was buying multiple of the same stuff, so I had like 3 of these at one point, which I just didn't need. So I'm gonna try and be a bit better. So yeah, it's just organising it all, because in this one, so this one I'd keep outside my stayaway stable as well, which is why it's got tack cleaner in it, all there, brushes, and like the sponges for applying makeup when I'm not doing veterans, just all the little bits that I'd use for a show. Shine spray, hairspray for quarter markers, and I do also have quarter marker spray. This is actually my favourite shine spray, and this one actually was gifted. It's from Supremacy, but it's all natural stuff, so like you have to give it like a really good shake. Will it focus? So it's got like aloe vera and coconut oil, which Dublin's all okay with. It's all just natural stuff. So hot oil, I tend to use this one in the winter more because I haven't got to wash it off afterwards. cannot get over that wind. Yeah, like most shows, I have to come back from a show and I have to bath her, which is really frustrating because I wanted to stick her straight out in the field when she's done really well or like worked really hard, but I have to bath her. So that shine spray I'm using, have I like zoomed in? Ooh, there we go, I'm not so zoomed in. That shine spray I'm using for stayaways when I can't bath, and then I was using it if I was competing in the winter. So that's a really, really good one. It's from Supremacy. I do also really like my MP Gloss one, but it can make her a little bit flaky. So it's really, really good, but it just makes her a little bit flaky. Anyway, back to this. I know I need new Silvo, which I think I've thrown away. But yeah, there is that one. And then in here, that is not shine, that is shine spray. It's not fly spray anymore. So I've written on it, it's like just put in there because it's a mixture of stuff. Slobber cloth, that normally has treats in it, but are they going to be a bit manky or are they going to be okay? Oh, they're okay. There's treats. This is amazing for me. I use this on me. You spray it on your like arms there, and it's great for getting in the ring. That's a shine one. I've got a tiny little bit of nose gloss. I need to get a bigger pot really, but that's fine. And then I have that because it's really good for flicking off the sand after you've warmed up. Baby oil, I don't use this in the summer, but I do rub it like on the backs of her butt cheeks by her tail. It makes their bum just look a bit healthy and nice. Or run it through the tail in the summer to make the tail really shiny. So that is that. So I'm okay with that, but I need to get some Silvo. But this is my setup for at home. These now need to get put away because they are for when the temperatures were below freezing in her stable. They need a wash. It's not ideal because this is not exactly watertight, but I'm struggling to shut this with all my saddle pads here. However, these boxes do have a saddle rail that can fit on the outside and they hang there. So I know they might get a little bit dirty, but it means I can shut that, which means I could put my tack back in here. I don't know, but I'm gonna try it and see what I think. I have no idea how I've never done that before. I know in here is not ideal, but it literally has a saddle rack holder attached to the tack box, which is perfect. Anyway, the battery on this camera is about to die, so all I'm gonna do now is lock my trailer away, get mucked out, get everything done, bring Dubs in, put her to bed. So I'll probably catch up with you on Monday when... What are we now, Tuesday? Tuesday. I don't know if you can... I'm gonna show you outside. Yeah, the rain hasn't stopped, and it's also been the windiest weather I think I've ever experienced this past week. And to be honest, it's getting me down. I know there are worse problems. I know there's wars going on and there's children that are starving, but right now, this is just... It is not ideal. It is not ideal. And I know I can sit here and moan about the fact that it's really difficult to look after horses in this weather when there are people that don't have horses. But it's really difficult having a horse in this weather. Especially when you're trying to make vlogs of stuff to do and fun things, when the fun things just aren't happening, and then that obviously adds to the misery. But the wind's just ridiculous, and then I realised that this vlog then needs to go live on Wednesday, which means another week has gone by when nothing has happened. So yeah, you don't want to go out there, Ziggy. I'm going to just finish up with work at home, and then I'm going to go down the yard and lunge, because I'm not getting on in this weather. She's just had another 3 days off because it's just been awful. It's just been absolutely awful, and it's not fun for her. She hates it. It's just not fun. So yeah, I'm gonna put my layers on and brave a lunge, which is really not that exciting for you, but hey, gonna show you anyway. Guys, I mean, that massive ball of light behind me is a sun. I forgot what that looked like, but it has been raining all day today and blowing an absolute gale. I finish work and the sun comes out, which I'm pretty sure never happens. It's normally the other way around. It's still really windy, and it's not that warm, but it's not wet. So I do have to do gym as well today, and I haven't mucked out before work because I was running late. So I'm going to quickly muck out so that I can leave him in his stable, and I'm going to lunge. So let's pray the sun stays. Dublin herself is actually incredibly grumpy. She has just been so naughty to bring in. She is trying to kick him. She's trying to snatch the lead rope. She's just not enjoying being out. And then this is the other problem. Like, it's April. This is all wet mud, and I always lunge in boots, but I'm gonna have to just not lunge in boots and do a much more kind of gentle session, and give those a wash, because your allergies will kick off. And it's the fact that we're still dealing with allergies also. Check out the mohawk. My battery on my clippers ran out and the charger broke, so we currently don't have any clippers. Yay! Okay, so not the explosion I was expecting. I have a stick, but I don't think I'm going to need it today. However, if that arse comes pointing at me, I can use it for self-defense. But she's being all right, actually. I brought her in and she basically trotted 2 little circles around me because she's all excited. But I've put this on and she's stretching really well. Good girl. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me, but she's not looking awful. She did get a little bit fat. We had to reduce her haylage. You can put weight on really, really quickly. So I do have to be really, really careful, but she's not looking awful. She's looking awful in that she's scruffy as hell. She is due a makeover. But look how good this stretching is. Good girl. We're off into trot. So I use lunging more as a cardio. So when Dublin's feeling a bit fresh and a bit fiery, I'll lunge her because I don't mind her exploding on the lunge. But also because our hacking's it's great hacking, but you can't do any like fast work for a long time. So at the minute, currently I'm doing 4 minutes of trot on each rein, and I just work up and down the school to give her space. So we're currently doing 4 minutes each way in trot, and then that just builds up. I started on 2 in January, so we're just sort of building up. We're building up slower because there's been quite a lot of gaps because of the weather and everything, but she's comfortably doing 4 on each rein, and then sometimes I incorporate the bank and the little tiny like pole things that are up there. I don't jump the barrels or anything when she's got the German aid on, or I'll get poles out, but I'm lazy today and I haven't got any poles out. I don't tend to do much canter work on the lunge. For her age, I don't want her going around and round in tight circles, and even if I try and walk up and down our school, it doesn't make the circles much bigger. So if I do, it'll be a very, very short one on each rein, or it'll just be because she has decided that she wants to have a little bit of an explode. But that's why I just tend to do the trot. And yeah, it kind of works really well. Can you hear Jim in the background screaming for her? Oh my God, just witnessed the sun for 2 minutes. Look at that healthy coat. She's filthy as well, like she has not been bathed. I normally do hippie scrub bath and I haven't, but look at that shine. Up, up. Okay, other way. Let you out a bit. Very lucky at everything going on around her. Not concentrating. Better. Good girl. This is her weaker rein. So where our school isn't level, she can sometimes take lazy steps going down the hill and just kind of charge down it like that. Rather than holding herself. Lunging on unlevel ground though is really good for them to use their muscles and everything. So I actually really don't mind that our school's like this. it is actually quite beneficial to them. Oh, I won't lie, I was expecting some big explosions because she has been feeling a little bit fresh and teasy recently, but no, she's not been too bad. She just tried to break into canter a bit more on this rein because it's harder for her, so she just finds it easier to go into canter. But she's getting better. Good girl. Ugh, down the hill. Well, that was actually very well mannered. So we're just going to spend a good 10 minutes or so walking off now. And then I'm going to wash those legs with some heavy scrub because they are filthy. The allergy on the back of her leg has cleared up really well. And touch wood, it's not growing back white. So yeah, I'm going to give that a good scrub once we've walked off and get her put to bed. Now that her feet are all washed and dry, I'm using this, which, if it will focus, but it says, I don't know if you know read it, it's basically really good for like little cracks and up around the cornet band, so I just use one of these because it's really stiff, and I am just putting it like all over where she has the little cracky bits. Just to see if it makes a difference, really. I mean, your feet look ridiculous now, but should we put you to bed and see you tomorrow? Yes. Boom! We are back. It is 7:10 now, literally just 7:10. It's freezing. I don't know why it is so cold. Look. But yeah, it's due to rain at 9 o'clock, shock horror, and it's going to rain all day and then be blowing a blimmin' gale again. So, my alarm went off at 6:30. I've got straight out of bed, dressed. I've not even done the dog. I've left the dog to Brad, and I've come straight down the yard to get this one out for a hack. So I thought I'd take you for a little hack with us, because then I need to finish editing this vlog and get it uploaded. But yeah, we've got some pretty alright hacking, so I thought I'd take you out this morning. She's just having her breakfast. Right, I'll get tacked up.